More information coming in. Rahul Gandhi's visit to the United Kingdom has been mired in a lot of controversies, and now the Congress leader has done it again. After belittling India at London, posing with India baiter Jeremy Corbyn, the Gandhi scion awarded a super status to China.
Absolutely. So Rahul Gandhi saying that China equals to carrier of prosperity to the other nations, saying that it was a powerful thing to offer, while also hinting that China is superior to India. And on the other side, while Prime Minister Modi was in fact attending the Quad meeting, leading the meeting, and praises that were being heaped on Prime Minister and the democratic processes that he is being encouraging back home. Here is Rahul Gandhi saying that the idea of India is not inclusive when it comes to the leadership of Prime Minister Modi.
What China is offering to the countries around it is the idea of prosperity. So China is saying, allow us to build your infrastructure, allow us to put in the communications backbone, allow us to put in 5G, allow us to put in all that stuff. We'll give you the money, you build your infrastructure, and then we will have prosperity together. That's what they're offering.
And?
Right? And it's a very powerful thing to offer, but it's not in our interest. You know, it's not in India's interest that China expands out like this. It will have severe consequences for India. It will have serious consequences for India.
So this was the statement that Rahul Gandhi has made. Now the BJP has questioned the Congress leader on why this love for China. First, of course, Rahul Gandhi had criticized India. He undermined the democracy. Then he was seen posing with Jeremy Corbyn, who is known for his anti-India stance, and now making a statement hailing China and saying that it is a superpower and it is also helping the neighbouring countries around it, Amita.
Absolutely, but on a different angle completely, because when he has to take on the center, China becomes the villain when he tries to say that China has transgressed into Indian territory. He has been mentioning as far as the LAC and Ladakh area is also concerned, because he's likened the situation to Ukraine. He's likened the situation, Sharon, who joins us with more details, because he's likened the economic crisis, what Sri Lanka has been faces, to Ukraine as well. But China still equals to carrier of prosperity. Sharon. Sharon, you with us?
Yeah, yes, Amita, could you please repeat the question?
Yes, so what I'm saying and rather asking is that Rahul Gandhi, because he on one side is praising China, on the other side when he has to take on the Modi government, he says that China has entered the Indian territory and nothing is being done.
Absolutely. This is nothing but the double standard that is being shown by the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi, because time and again in all their statements, even in the recently held Chintan Shivir, China and national security was one of the main issues that was in fact discussed upon. And we have been seeing time and again Rahul Gandhi in fact tweeting how the approach of the Indian government towards the China has often been a superficial approach. The method has always been superficial. There is no deep method to deal with the situation, and also blaming the government that China has in fact has entered the Indian land and is in fact taking up the Indian land. So these were the allegations that were in fact put by Rahul Gandhi, but we are seeing that while he is on the foreign soil, he is all praises of China. He goes on and says that China gives a super status to China, and in fact says that China has in fact been helping the neighboring countries to spread prosperity. So these are the kind of lines that he has been using. So this is nothing but double standard that we are seeing at this point, because on one hand, if you're blaming the government for the situation between India and China, on the other hand, you're going to the foreign soil and praising China is something that is going to be clearly questioned by the BJP at this point.
Absolutely. And Sharon, you know, the entire trip of Rahul Gandhi abroad has been mired in a lot of controversies. First, we had a statement against India, BJP saying that this was an insult to India on foreign soil. Then we had his picture, Jeremy Corbyn, of course, the Congress party also responding with a picture of Prime Minister Modi on that. And now we have this, the latest, hailing China.
Well, absolutely. But if you notice that even before he was heading for this trip to London, there were in fact talks about how Sunil Jakhar, the Punjab, one of the prominent faces of Congress Punjab, has in fact joined BJP. Navjot Singh Sidhu was arrested on the 1988 case. Among all these, when all this was happening, Rahul Gandhi in fact left the country, is what the BJP has in fact been asking, that is it the right time for Rahul Gandhi to leave? And now after reaching London, we are seeing the kind of statements that he has been making in Cambridge University. That is now being questioned by the BJP, because in foreign soil, BJP claims that this is nothing but insulting. First, he says that India is not in a good shape, and in fact goes on to compare India with Ukraine, goes on to compare India with Pakistan as well. And
of
later
course, and when he was countered on what he believes to be the idea of India to be a union of states, that was a counter also was given by one of the topmost Indian officials there, right there, to Rahul Gandhi. Wasn't taken very well there on stage. However, Sharon, thanks very much for joining us here on the broadcast. We continue to focus